In today's video, we're going to be recapping action from the World Junior Championships from December the 29th and December the 30th, including the outdoor game between Canada and the United States. We're also going to do a quick preview for tomorrow's action for December the 31st, and that's coming up next. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. On this channel, we review and analyze all 31 NHL teams as well as international hockey with an unbiased opinion. So if you love hockey, hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss anything. Alright, let's recap the action from December the 29th of the World Junior Championships. There was only 2 games on the schedule. The early game saw Team Russia battling Team Belarus. Team Russia was coming out victorious as we had predicted. The big marquee matchup of the day was Team Canada versus Team USA outdoors at the big football field there in Buffalo. Now that game was actually quite very entertaining. The US had an epic comeback to beat Team Canada in a shootout. We were 3-3 tied, went to overtime. Overtime solved nothing. A shootout solved everything. The US scored a couple of times, but Canada couldn't buy a goal. So the US again comes back from 2 goals down to beat Team Canada in a shootout, just like the last time they played, which was the gold medal game last year at this tournament. So obviously Team USA seems to have Team Canada's number. As far as the actual game itself, it was very entertaining, lots of good action. The attendance was much better. I don't have the exact figure here, but I know it was well over 40,000. So the attendance figures were really good. The rink looked like a pretty good setup, but the quality of the ice really has to come into question. There was lots of ruts, lots of repairs being done throughout the game. Weather didn't cooperate very well as well. Obviously there's all kinds of snow. They had to stop multiple times per period to clear the snow, which did pose for some problems and did not help with the ice conditions at all, as snow was piling up quite a bit throughout the periods. They had to change ends a couple extra times as well, so they each had an equal amount of weather conditions to deal with depending on the wind and whatnot. But overall it was a great game. I don't think that the overall conditions were all that great. I would hope that if they do with any kind of outdoor games with this tournament again, that the actual playing conditions end up better. I know they can't control the weather, but they were debating canceling the outdoor game and going with an indoor game if the weather was going to be like this. But of course the weather forecast was off a little bit. The snow started much sooner than they expected, and I think they got more than they expected as well. So overall it was a great game. Team USA battled back and certainly deserved the victory. Team Canada's main issue is they couldn't stay out of the penalty box, which has been really their whole issue of this whole tournament. Whenever they've gotten into trouble, it's been over penalties. So if they can stay out of the penalty box going forward, they might have a shot to win the tournament. But if they can't, it's going to come back to bite them. So I'd certainly like to know your thoughts on the outdoor game. I'm sure many of you watched the game and certainly have your opinions. Do you think the World Junior Championship should continue to try to build these types of games into the tournament going forward? Personally, I'm kind of 50-50. I kind of like the concept, but the ice conditions were not really all that good. So if they can kind of have some sort of a guarantee that the ice conditions would be better, I would certainly be more in favor of it. But leave a comment down below and let me know. What were your thoughts on the outdoor game? Not just the game itself. Certainly comment, let me know what you thought of the actual hockey action. But leave a comment to say what did you think of the actual game itself, the setup, the ice. Should they continue with this type of game in the future? Alright, jumping into action from today, December the 30th. We saw Team Finland defeat Team Slovakia by a score of 5-2. Obviously, the Finns really needed this victory to kind of assure themselves a really good opportunity to finish in the top 3 in their group. Team Slovakia did give a really strong effort. They kind of hang on there with the Finns for quite a while. It wasn't until later in the game when the Team Finland kind of started to break away and build up the 2-3 goal lead here that they finished with. So good effort from Team Slovakia, but Team Finland came out on top. We saw Team Sweden defeat Team Switzerland by a wide margin of score of 7-2. Sweden certainly looks like a very dominant team of this tournament. They had 2 players score 2 goals each. Top prospects Elias Pettersson and Elias Andersson. So the Swedes certainly looked like a force to be reckoned with. At this point, I would dare say they've got to be considered one of the favorites to win gold. We saw Team Czech Republic defeat Team Belarus by a close margin of 6-5. That was quite the game. At one point the Czechs were up quite a bit, but Belarus certainly came back and they made a real game for it. So great effort by Team Belarus, but Team Czech Republic comes out on top and this squeaked by with a 6-5 victory. The last and final game for December the 30th features Team Canada against Team Denmark. That game's not quite finished yet as I record this. Team Canada is currently up by a score of 3-0, and I'd be shocked if the Danes came back to beat Team Canada. With a victory in this game, Team Canada assures themselves first place in Group A as they move on past the preliminary round. The preliminary round wraps up tomorrow, December the 31st, with 4 games. We have Team Finland battling against Team Czech Republic. The US plays Team Finland, Sweden plays Team Russia, and Team Slovakia battles Denmark. Obviously, there's some positioning that are going to be figured out after tomorrow's games. The US-Finland game is going to have big implications on who finishes second and third in Group A. With a victory tonight, as I mentioned, Team Canada will assure themselves first place. Sweden pretty well has first place wrapped up in Group B, so they're kind of jockeying for position between second and third. Most likely going to go Canada, US, Finland as the top 3 in Group A, and we're probably going to see the Swedes, the Russians, and then we have a battle between the Swiss and the Czechs on the other side for third place as well. So after that, we'll get into the quarterfinals for the crossover matchups, so it should be interesting. So leave me a comment down below. At this point in the tournament, who would you pick as the favorite to win? Obviously, the preliminary round's just about over. We've had a good look at all the teams, so I want to know what your prediction is. Who do you think is the most likely team to win the gold medal in this tournament?